I finally reached a point in my life where I'm just like, I'm tired of spending all this time on social media, wasting my life. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. In today's video, I am talking about my digital detox. I cured my social media addiction. As y'all know, social media is very addicting. If this is you right now, if you're addicted to social media, I am about to tell you all the things that I learned, how it went with the digital detox, how is life after social media. So stay tuned for that. It's been about probably a year since I started my digital detox. If you haven't seen my other video that I made about tips and how you can actually break your social media addiction, go watch that, because I actually used some of those to help with my process. But I did not want to live my life that way, living my life through a phone screen, and also not getting much out of it either. Just a whole bunch of wasted time. It just got to a point where social media was not serving me, it wasn't helping me, it wasn't making me happy, and then that's when I knew I had to go. I knew that I didn't want this to be my life. I didn't want this to take up so much of my time. I didn't want to live behind a screen when I can be living in real life. I spent like 80 to 90% of my time, of my free time, on social media. I would say now I spend 80 to 90% of my time off of social media, off my free time, which is a win for me. So the good, I feel so much more happier, so much more productive. I have so much more time for myself, for self-care. I have more time to do things I enjoy, try new things. I just did more fulfilling activities to keep me entertained, more fulfilling activities that made me happy. Y'all just feel so much better and free. It's like, do I want to go on it? Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Who knows? My mental health, y'all, is so much better. Not constantly comparing myself, because I know they say we're not supposed to, but at the same time, I don't think we really try to either. I think it just naturally happens. You don't really think about it, or you're really conscious or aware that it's happening. I didn't feel anxiety as much, because I don't know why social media just gives you anxiety. Maybe because it's just like a fast, quick dopamine thing, but I just get jittery for some reason, just anxiety from social media, and I just feel so much more calm now and at peace a little bit more than compared to before. If I am on social media now, I can control it. 80 to 90% of the time I'm off of social media, but you know, that 10-20-ish percentage when I am on it, I can get on and get off. I would say there were very few moments during my digital detox where I did fall victim to the scrolling and being on there. It happened very rarely, and I also had to realize like what made it happen, and I realized a couple of things. Stress is one of them. So if I'm like really stressed for some reason, I guess we reach for our phone when we're stressed. It works temporarily. It's like sometimes you just want to get your mind off of something, or maybe you want to laugh or something, and I had to learn like what are some other things that I can reach for, or other things that I can do besides that. Yeah, I used it as a pacifier. I used it to get away, to escape. That was something I didn't really pay attention to until I wasn't really on social media as much anymore. And I did go to it, I was like, oh, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm scrolling, and kind of going back to old habits, but not really. Because like I said, it only happened a few times, and I think it's okay. During your process of detoxing, like, you're going to have days where you fall off and just fall back on. But I had to find other ways to cope. I had to find other ways to entertain myself. I had to find more healthier ways to deal with my emotions and stress. One thing I did notice when I did go back to social media it made no sense to me anymore. It felt like a waste of time, like for real, for real. Like before I already knew it was a waste of time, but you know, you was entertained or you learned something or something. But now it's really like, why am I here now? It's like, I don't care. I don't want to see any of this. It's draining. I don't know how, but social media is draining. It just doesn't make me feel good energetically. Like, I don't get energy from social media, or I don't get any real happiness or real satisfaction really from it. So that's how I feel now. Anytime I go on, I'm excited to get off these days. Like, it's like, okay, bye. There becomes a point where there's so much outside noise from the world, like you can't even really hear your own thoughts or just know what you want. Because if we're on social media and we see that Becky got a new car, Ben got a new promotion, I feel like sometimes we think, do I have to do that? Should I do that? I feel like sometimes our goals or our dreams become other people's goals and dreams. So when I silenced all the noise, I realized what I really wanted and what I didn't want, and what I only wanted because other people had it on social and it seemed like something nice. I'm like, oh, maybe I should get that. That's nice. When's my turn? Maybe I should work on that so it can be my turn. But then I realized later when I'm not on it, because I don't see it all the time, I'm like, oh, I don't really want that. Or at least I don't want that now. If the people you care about, like your friends and family, if they are on social media, then you can kind of feel disconnected a little bit from them, or maybe they can feel disconnected from you because you're not on it. So you're not liking people's posts, you're not commenting, you're not really knowing what's going on with their lives. I really like if you just like text somebody pictures, like if you went on a trip or you had a party and you want somebody to see it, maybe you just want to share it that way. It's like, oh, you're not gonna look at my Facebook or you're not gonna look on my Instagram because you don't be on there, but I'm gonna text you some pictures or something. Like, I like that. It's so much more intimate and nice. But I get that everyone may not want to do that. Like, I get that too, but I feel like that was a thing that I had to go through with, like, me not seeing special occasions or special things. Or like when I went on a trip or something, people want to see pictures, but it's like, I'm not posting on social. So people actually asked to see my pictures, and I think I sent it to them. I'm not sure, or I sent them some of them. But people want to see your life, and then also people want you to see their life. So that is something that I had a challenge with during my social media detox and cleanse and curing my addiction with social media. Because when you're not on it, then you're kind of kept out of the loop with some stuff, and I feel like some people kind of feel the type of way with that because they don't really know what's going on with you, and you don't really know what's going on with them, or at least visually where you can't see it. Since I can't leave completely, or since I'm not sure if I'm going to leave completely, it's like I need to learn how to control it. So that's what I suggest for y'all. Just keep trying to work on it because it's gonna take time. Will I ever go back to social media? And by going back, to me, that means being on it every day, being on it all the time. I don't know. Maybe I could see, and since I know how to control it now, and I know how to have boundaries with it, I think in certain scenarios, maybe. But right now, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen next week, next month. Well, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and you found value in it, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And also leave a comment, y'all. If you want some tips on how to beat your social media addiction, then I got you. Watch this video.